In the FPS world, at one point, movement shooters were all the hype. Things like Titanfall and the Call of Duties of that time all went heavy into the movement shooter mechanics with wall runs, double jumps, slides, all that good stuff. Now today, the movement shooter has sort of fallen off a bit in the mainstream. However, you can still tell that the desire for movement shooters is still there. You always see cracked clips of people playing COD, trying to play it like a movement shooter, and basically every other FPS out there, people break the movement to try and make it as movementy as possible. Now below the surface of the mainstream, there are still tons of movement shooters. Lots of indie games, especially in the single player realm, still go down that fun movement shooter route. And that's where today's game comes in, Killbug. Now this game came out on May 3rd, and Samurai Punk, the developers, were nice enough to give me a free key, so shout out to them. But this is a movement shooter with sort of that retro aesthetic that's all about killing bugs. And I mean, everyone hates bugs, right? So currently on Steam, this game costs $6.99, and I figured today we would hop in and check it out. Alrighty, here is Killbug. Now before we hop in, I thought I would show you kind of the menu here. As you can see, we're already rocking that retro aesthetic, so all my Doom Lover fans, the aesthetic of this game will be right up your alley. Now the main thing in this is the game has a leaderboard. Currently, I'm the 614th best Killbug player in the world, although we have a lot of improving to do. You can also see your friends list. Unfortunately, none of my friends have played this game, but you can compare directly to them, and that's kind of the main shtick of the game. It's to try and grind the leaderboard. Now, the gameplay is very straightforward. Basically, you run around and you kill bugs, and you try and not die, and as you live longer, it'll get more difficult and you'll get more points. So, pretty straightforward. You basically have a few different abilities here. You have like shoot, you have dash, and then you can wall run. So, if you're a big Titanfall fan, it might be up your alley. And that's basically the whole gist of the game here. You'll fight different enemies, it'll get stronger, they throw in more enemies and stuff. So it'll get pretty crazy as you go on. Obviously, as you saw by my score, I haven't gotten too far, but the game is pretty fun. Now, the one thing you will read on the Steam reviews is that the game is a little bit light on content, and that I will agree with. There's really only the one gun, there's only this one arena, and you just play until you die, and then you do it all over again. And so, you kind of have to make the decision for yourself if that's worth $6.99 today. Now, I assume at some point they probably plan to add more content, I would assume. But obviously, if you're paying for it, you're kind of paying for what's there today. So, that's kind of up to you. The game's settings and stuff are also pretty minimal, though things like graphic settings and stuff for a game like this, I mean, as long as it runs okay, don't bother me. You don't really have much customizability, though. You can turn off, like, blur. You can set a target frame rate, and that's about it. There's really not a whole ton. Another big kind of control issue is you can't rebind any of the buttons. You just have to play whatever the default keybinds are, which for people who maybe play weird keybinds in shooters or maybe some accessibility issues with default keybinds, unfortunately I would not recommend this game because you're not going to be able to rebind anything unless maybe you did it somehow outside the game, but that just sounds like a pain. So this is kind of what you get. You just play until you die. As you can see, there's a new bug there that they added in, and you can fulfill your fantasy of being a bug killer. But honestly, for what it is, it's pretty fun. Now, like I said, I did get a free key. So would I think this is worth $7 or whatever? Honestly, if you put into the grand scheme of what we pay $7 for in today's gaming landscape, with stuff like a skin in a game costing $20+ sometimes, getting a game that you could play for a couple hours or a run or two every once in a while seems like an okay use of money to me. But obviously everyone's gonna have different spots that they set their value for their money at, so that's kind of up to you. Oh my god, dude, it's getting crazy. We'll see if we can beat my high score here. Oh god. So your weapon will kind of overheat there and then you have to wait. I think this game will be a lot of fun if maybe they add in some more weapons or some more arenas, I mean, honestly, I think the game has the bones to be like a really cool roguelike, though I don't think that's really what they're trying to do. I think it's mostly supposed to just be like a leaderboard grind type game. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh, weapon, oh, there we go. We did improve our score a little bit, I think. We're the 561st best player in the world now. We died to a bee sting. This is the menu though I was talking about. Like I was saying, there's really not that many options. You have FOV, some gameplay options here, sound. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. But then graphics is where it's really lacking. Basically, all you can do is turn off motion blur and VSync and enemy blood decals if you want. And besides that, you can set a target frame rate and that's it. Now on my PC, that's enough because the game runs well. But if you have a weaker PC, you might run into some issues. These are those controls that you can't rebind, that you can at least mess with your sensitivity. I have not tried to play this on controller. There is all these different accessibility options that you can mess with, and that's pretty much it for the controls. Now that's pretty much it for Killbug. If this game looks interesting to you, like I said, it's $6.99 USD on Steam. Check it out if you wish. If not, you know, that's up to you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time.